All right, so here we are. This is TeamBN's 3D with me, HeatPhoenix, and Audio Anomaly. Um,
Hello, that's me.
it's we're developers, or part of the team that develops Mega 3D, which is a 3D net battling simulator. Um, Audio Anomaly here mainly does music arrangement, music remixing, and composing, and I do stuff like 3D models programming. Um, for those of you who haven't heard of the project before, I have a short video with music from Anomaly, so you can hear some of that, and some gameplay of the game with the new shaders on as well. So enjoy.
New shaders.
Yeah, new shaders. All right, so that was some of the gameplay from the game. Obviously, still work in progress, but yeah, progress coming along. So this is the SoundCloud for Audio Anomaly. If you guys want to hear some of the mixes he's done, and yeah, go ahead, give that a listen, give that a visit. In Twitch chat, it has the products dev blog right there. If you guys want to give that a visit. So yeah, we decided that we would have a little conversation about what it's like to make a game, what it's like to put up this kind of project, and maybe the stuff we've done, maybe the stuff we've learned about. So yeah, let's start off with talking about what it's like to go from 2D to 3D. Um, I wanted to start off by saying that, like, I guess a lot of what I've been doing is also looking at the original games, checking out the speeds, checking out the animation, stuff like that. But it's quite hard because if you just take over the animations one to one, it doesn't quite come out right in 3D. So you have to really just kind of flesh stuff out a little bit more than you would in 2D. Um, I mean, for some games it does feel right to have it snappy, but for some games it might look too jerky. So
Are there some
um,
other different hurdles you face trying to get the 2D design aspects working in 3D?
well, perspective is one of them, right? Because in 2D you might just like be kind of drawing you draw the character as he stands. Like if you want Fireman to have perspective in his drawing, you just draw him like that. But in 3D, like you put perspective on the camera, but then you kind of have to cheat by making it look the same way it would look in 2D. Um, Basically, when Fireman is standing there, he's actually he's turned 30 degrees towards us. That's a cheat because like it doesn't if he's actually looking forward at Mega Man, it looks like crap because he's like you just see
Yeah, the
like a
pure
shoulder,
profile view.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You see a pure profile, which is not what the game looked like. Um, so like that, you have to cheat a lot. Like people have asked about like, hey, are you going to add Star Force perspective to the game? And I've always had to say like kind of like, that'd be a cool feature, but I don't think I can do that because it would mean
The
that I'd
Star
have
Force
to.
perspective works because you only have 3 panels.
Well,
You don't
that
have to
too,
worry
but
about
it's
the
also
forward and
also
backward.
also the whole game is built for that, right? So all the poses and all the animations were made with in mind, like, oh, okay, we're gonna look at this from the front, we're not gonna look at this from the side. But the same way I made the entirety of Mega Man without to be looking at from the side. I mean, if you look at the Mega Man pose that's up on the screen right now, looks fine from the side. But if you look at it from the front, he looks really awkward with his legs stretched all the way to the right, like like you could
Oh
poke
yeah,
him
yeah.
and he'd fall over, right? So if you put him in Star Force mode, everyone's looking, you're looking from behind Mega Man or Star Force Mega Man for that matter, and then Fireman is kind of looking off to the right into space. All the Metools are looking off to the right, just kind of not paying attention to you, and all their animations make no real sense because they're all
So you'd have to basically redesign the entire
yeah,
animation
all the
system.
animations, all the poses have to be different. So that's basically the biggest reason why I wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. One nice thing about 3D though is that obviously you don't have to sprite. You make a model once, it's done. Um, and also, I mean, like in my opinion at least, the low poly aesthetic, it's kind of charming. I mean, it's like somewhere between a PlayStation 2 game and DS game, something like that. So
I've always been a fan of DS low poly
yeah, exactly.
with
So
those weird like dithered textures.
it's fun to work with. I feel like.
Maybe not dithered, but
Also, textures are quick to make and stuff. It's obviously not like 4K HDR PlayStation 4 Pro only video game, but
a
that's
lot
not
of
all
it's
it really
just
got
like
for.
basic coloring and shading, right?
Yeah, exactly. And somehow, like you shoot it in the right spots, and it feels really nice and charming. Um, like this mushy. Look at him. Just look at this cute bugger right there. Nice.
I'm more of a Ninja guy.
Ah, yes, of course.
They're the best.
Well, this drill man, right? I guess it's kind of a parody of the intermissions from Gurren Lagann. I couldn't
Walkers
help
to
myself.
heavens.
I couldn't help myself. You can play Mega Man Battle Network 3D in 4K. Yes, you can. You can play in 720p.
4K.
Yes, you can. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, but if that's your
Huh.
jam, you can do it. You can play in 4K, 1080p, 720p. If you go below 720p, it starts like stretching the menu or scaling the menus like smaller. I mean, I think you can do that, but I don't really test with that. Like I don't recommend that. Like, but without like plays a game in 480p nowadays, like what are you gonna play? Battle 3 on a CRT TV? Come on. So yeah. So yeah, the modeling has been fun. I think so. And
Good.
animations have been something I've been trying to work on because that was like one of the biggest feedback parts. When I made like earlier videos and stuff. Um, I always ask like it's I guess praise is nice, right? But I think the most important thing is to get the feedback and really hear what people want to see from your game. Um,
Definitely.
yeah, so animation is something people want to see improved. So when I started working on this like new Mega Man model, or new by now it's not really new anymore. But when I started working on this Mega Man model, one of the key parts was for me to like try and do better animations. But it's kind of iterative. Like every animation I do is slightly better than the last one, and I can't go back and do everything over and over and over again, or else I'll never, make progress.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Animation's hard.
Yeah. No. No. No
I don't know
kidding.
how the 3D animation even. I don't even
It's
know where
just
you begin with that.
it. Well, you. I
I mean,
mean
I've played with Gmod a little bit, but I mean, I
that
don't.
that's definitely
It's
like a thing, right? Like how do you do this stuff? Basically, what I would my process for 3D animations is basically you block out poses. So say you're doing a sword slash, right? You start with the pose where he's like his arms kind of like he's like twisting, getting that sword arm ready. You twist in. That's the pose you start with. Then you go to the middle, like him stretching out all the way 90 degrees, and then the last pose is him, all the way finished. And then you start putting the little poses in between. And as you get closer and closer to the finished pose, you start like tweaking it bit by bit. That's kind of like a sculpture, I guess, like a sculpture of
okay.
poses. Um, and obviously you show it to the people because I don't know, like with any art, if you're looking at like an animation like over and over and over, it becomes a mess in your own head. You don't really know what you're doing anymore. Um,
Fair enough.
but yeah, Fazeta, what about 144 frames per second? Sorry, but it's locked at 60 frames per second because I'm an idiot. I made a mistake very early on, and I'm still paying for it. So it is 60 frames per second right now, and I could change the game to like support any arbitrary frame rate, but that would be a lot of work right now. So 60 frames per second is what we're at right now. And no, we cannot pet the navis. We can't. Um, yeah,
Rip. Rip dreams of NVIDIA 3D.
yeah. However, I have a second video which is I'm not playing it right now, but I'm just saying what's in it. It's basically the process of making battle chip in Mega Man Battle Network 3D. It's a 10-minute video. I'll just talk over it together normally um, while we look at the progress unfold, basically. But we can do that. We can do that right now, actually. I mean, it's a 10-minute video. We'll have some time afterwards to still talk about the game and answer some questions.
The HB really wants to touch Gatchaman.
We all do. We all do. You guys know what Gutsman's ass, right? I mean, that's classic Gutsman, but
Don't
Gutsman's ass transcends time and space. Oh, dude, I'm not doing that live. That would take making a battle trip takes me. I mean, this time I did it really fast because I was kind of panicking, but because I recorded this literally a few hours ago. But making a battle trip, I'll start playing the video and then I'll talk about this kind of stuff because it goes perfectly with the video, right? So, shoot that. Right. So, music will play softly under our angelic voices. But yeah, I mean, here you can just see my general setup. This is the Zap Ring arm model. I did make that beforehand. So basically, I mean, the more I make for Battle Network 3D, the more I can copy. You get this kind of big repository of code for various attacks, and I just adapt them slightly. This is especially true when you make a virus and then you make the chip for the virus. So, because I already had bunnies, so I already had the little electric ring shooty Rudy Tooty thing. So all I had to do was
Shooty Rudy Tooty.
Yes.
That's a technical term.
That's a technical term. You see, I would not have been able to say that term unless I had a degree in Megamanology. In any case, yeah. So yeah, this is just Unity you guys are seeing. This is setup. This is what the game basically looks like when it's not running. It has the panels are always there because every battle has, well, these panels. There's the background with a temporary texture. Basically, when Mega Man loads in, he just has his regular arms, and then when you're about to use a chip, it turns off the Buster arm to make place for the chip arm. When the chip arm comes on, and the chip arm, you do an animation with the chip arm on, then it spawns whatever, and then whatever flies away, hits the thing, the chip arm comes off, and that's it. So the chip we're doing right now
is how sprites switch costumes.
Exactly. So right now, I'm just copying old code. In this case, I'm basing it off of the Vulcan. The Vulcan chip is basically the same thing. You get into position, you press it, Mega Man's arm changes to a Vulcan, he shoots, it goes away. So, but this time it's, you shoot, you get the zap arm, it goes away.
Which language is this in? C?
C Sharp. Unity is mostly C Sharp. Unreal Engine usually uses C++. Zeta, when I say copying old code, I don't mean literally copying and pasting. Don't worry. Oh, there are some things you copy and paste, but that's mostly filling out the values of a given Navi. I mean, all Navis have a, I guess a structure. They all share the same code, right? I don't copy the freaking movement code for every Navi. That's freaking. That's disgusting.
Do you have a basic chip behavior script that you call?
Exactly. There's an actual file called chip behavior. I copy and paste that for every chip. And I'm sorry, I don't copy and paste that, but I assign that to every chip object.
Yeah. Okay.
So Chip Vulcan has that. I'm sorry, Chip Vulcan is a game object, which is an entity community. You assign that chip behavior, and you assign that a Vulcan behavior. So the Vulcan behavior is specific to the Vulcan. The chip behavior is just for all chips. Yes, I did do that, but hey, man, I was young, I was foolish. Zeta, leave me on. I don't need to.
I've tried making a 2D game before in Game Maker, but I had frame rate issues as well because I wanted to have a variable frame rate, but every time I would change the frame rate, it would adjust the actual game clock.
Right.
All of the animations. And
so the thing you're supposed to do
frame rate.
that I didn't do is you're supposed to every movement or whatever, you're supposed to tie that to delta time, which is basically.
Yeah, I was about to say delta time. Yeah.
Yeah, which is basically just looks at the time that has elapsed between the last action and the current action, and then does it in proportion.
That was too much math for me at the time.
I didn't do that because I don't know. And then when I was like, maybe I do want variable frame rates because I own a freaking 120 hertz screen now, and maybe I want to play this game actual other frame rates. It was too
I
late.
mean, higher than 60, it's not a big deal unless you're trying to do 3D.
I mean, like, it's nice though. It's nice. It is nice. But yeah, Unity does not use Python. It uses, well, you can use for scripting. You can use JavaScript or C#. But honestly, if you know Python, you can probably roll into C# pretty easily. And I recommend learning C# because it just give you lots of opportunities.
Does it have the same syntax or what?
No, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, if like in my Java and C# are really close. But excuse me, if you know Python, I think you have like the experience to be able to pick up C# fairly quickly. Yeah, so basically a lot of Mega Battle 3D right now, because it's not Battle Simulator, a lot of it has like, I guess like structures that I can just fill stuff into, which is really nice to work with, which is why I could do the zap ring attack so quickly. I mean, it took me like 2 hours to make a fully working zap ring, which is like pretty crazy, right? I mean, yeah, without the models, obviously, the assets. But like code-wise, yeah, I can technically pump out chips like on a nightly basis, depending on the complexity, of course. All right, here we go. Like, I have like the code ready. I'm just debugging it now. Well, debugging is a big word, but it's like in a state where I'm like testing it and seeing what's going wrong and then fixing it bit by bit. The JavaScript is also for console-based. I mean, well, like standalone games. You can use it for web games. You can use it for standalone games. JavaScript is just you can use it just the same as C# Unity.
Okay.
I mean, Unity is just really nice to work with.
Have you made a lot of other games in Unity before, or?
No, just little experimental projects. I mean, Battle 3D is the only really big thing I've been working on in this. Before this, I did just OpenGL, just like that. And I made my own game engines, 2D game engines. But at the same time,
that's got to be tough.
I mean, it's not tough, but it's time consuming. And in the end, you won't even you'll have to put in like hours and hours of your life, and you could have just downloaded Game Maker and gotten started the game right away.
That's why I got Game Maker.
So like, I mean, when I first started working on games, the Game Maker wasn't quite what it is right now. Right now, Game Maker's in a really good spot.
Yeah, I've seen kind of like FL Studio, the music program I used to kind of be hipster indie trash a long time ago, but it's actually like pretty good now.
Yeah, they really fleshed out Game Maker Studio, or since it's called the Studio. Zeta asks, what's your favorite nav you've modeled so far, or otherwise part of the game you've worked on? Oh, that's a really cool question, because it's really hard to answer, but it's really fun to answer, because it makes you think about all the cool stuff I've already made. I mean, I think Mega Man himself, because we had an old model from Mega Man before, and that was a long time ago, obviously, but that wasn't made by me. It was made by the person I started this project with originally. God rest his soul. But after a while, I was like, this model just doesn't really work for me anymore. The modeling in the game has gotten so much better, but Mega Man himself, the model for him, was just way behind everything else, like light years behind. So I redid him, and it felt like, comparing it to the old one, it felt like a real confirmation that my skill had improved. It's like, those memes where they draw where you draw something that you drew like 6 years ago again.
Yeah, dude, those are fun to do.
Yeah. You look at your old art and you look at your new art, and you just really feel the difference. Like, God, I actually got good. So
yeah, believe me, I understand.
Yeah, that was a really fun period. What else was fun? I mean, the first demo, and obviously I'm supposed to put out a new demo soon, and I'm going to. But I mean, the first demo was really fun because it felt like all the work I had put in really materialized. Finally, like people could really play it. Obviously, it was just a preview, unstructured, like level select wasn't there. Like half the stuff I had made wasn't even in there. But that was also really fun because you got direct feedback and direct like, hey man, I played this, I really enjoyed it. That's really nice. So Another fun thing to do, I found that was like, I mean, like when you model navies and stuff, and you show them to people, you know, you always hear like, "Hey, man, that's my favorite navi," because everyone has their own favorite navi. I mean, someone's favorite navi might be Netty, someone's might be Base. Wow, okay. Uh,
Bass.
excuse me.
Sega bass fishing.
Uh, every single time I say that damn word. Um, so that's another fun thing, and that's also a thing I really like to concentrate on in Down 3, is I guess just getting everyone's fan favorites in. I mean, it's a very different product from what one might expect when you do a Bound Network game. Like, you know, a lot of people would like to see like Bound Network 7, and oh, yeah, I would like to play that too, which is what, you know, when people ask me like, you know, are you gonna put a story in this, or is this Bound Network 7? You know, I say like, you know, that's cool, but that's not what this project's about. If you want something like that, I think you should look at Bound Network CX, because they have a, you know, they have a really good setup for that. They have an actual thing that looks like it could be Bound Network 7, right?
So you're after more of like a tournament-based thing, or
yeah, like
scenario battles.
Yeah, scenario battles basically. That's really it. And I mean, like, you know, the game also has multiplayer local right now, but hopefully in the future, oh, video's over. You know, hopefully in the future online as well. Yeah, just wanted to concentrate on scenario battles, just get that stuff in, let people play with what they want to play. You know, just kind of make a toy box, a Battle Network toy box. Not just for the players, also for myself, because, you know, once I have a lot of toys in there, I can just add stuff to play with. Like, I mean, obviously you know, but, I mean, maybe people don't know that we're also adding, like, I guess, not non-Battle Network, excuse me, non-Battle Network enemies and bosses to the game, and also chips. So, you know, that's something that you wouldn't be able to do in that story. Because, like, I mean, like
You'd
one of
have
my
to
favorite
think
Robo
of an
Masters.
excuse to fit them in, yeah.
Exactly, and like one of my favorite Robo Masters is actually Gatchaman, and obviously, if you had Gatchaman in Battle Network game, you would be Gatchaman.exe. But I really just like Gatchaman as he is. He's a perfect boy as he is, right? So, and like, because of the way this game is set up, I can just put him in the way I want, and like I can take the moves he had in Battle Network. I mean, sorry, in Mega Man 9, and just turn them into like Battle Networkified attacks. So, incidentally, Audio Anomaly did a mix of Galaxy Man's theme for Battle Network 3. So, yeah, let's give that a listen. Let's put that on for you guys. Here we go.
Did you do the Galaxy Man model yet?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was asking if you did the Galaxy Man model yet.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did do the Galaxy Man model. Let me just put that up here. That's a Zap Arm. She did a few classic Mega Man models. So here we go. You know, adapting this guy to 3D was really fun. Fire effects like that. And obviously,
I like
yeah, I actually really like the way it came out on the dome, or the plate, or whatever you want to call it, what have you. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh, he just had his rocket legs. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Separate mesh. So you, like during gameplay, you swap it out real quick in between secretly. It's like so fast you can't tell the difference, and then you choose particle effects to just, you know, floof everything up, and nobody can tell what you're really doing. Nobody knows you're UFO on the internet. So yeah, this is Galaxy Man. Another classic Mega Man character that I did was Airman. Oh, texture's gone.
Did you draw those eyes yourself?
Yes, I did.
They totally nailed the.
I'm
the
very proud of
cartoony.
them. I'm very proud of them. Yeah, drawing faces actually has gotten a lot easier since I practiced a lot. Um, and then you've also got the well, I mean, another part of this, like, I guess maybe that's a personal thing. I just really like unused and beta stuff. So another classic Mega Man character I did was Stingman. He's actually not an official Robomaster, so to speak. He is.
Oh, isn't he from the comics?
No, that's Vespa Woman, or is
Oh no,
Vespa
that's
Woman?
the chick one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like this is Hornet Man's like prototype design, so to speak. But I was
The
like,
model
hey,
looks super good.
yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Actually have a probably add a little hover animation. Um, so that would be his idle stance. So I just like it is official, obviously. Um, like it is a Capcom design, but it is one they never used, which is a shame. So hey, if they don't use it, I'm gonna use it. But yeah, I'm really nice. It's a really nice design. So like that, I'm just adding a bunch of stuff that I would have liked to see, and you'll be able to fight them in like Battle Network style gameplay. And there's also because of the way it's a toy box, I can just add whatever, whenever. All I think about is balance, but I guess that'll be more like a community effort. I'll just have to know what people think of these characters, and what is
Patches
fair,
are a
what's
thing.
unfair. Of course, that's a thing I'm working on, an auto updater. Um, that's still early stages. I'm also working on a level editor, so you can make levels the same way I do, and share them with your friends. And I'm also
Make
working on a
levels. How
way.
does that?
Well, I'm making like a little separate application that just like you see a little grid, you tap a little grid space, you choose which enemy you want, what panel type you want.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you say that, you send it to your friend, and they can run it like that.
So
And
what's the online capability gonna be?
uh, well, I don't want to like that's the thing. Like I personally would really want to see online multiplayer, but it's not. I'm not ready for that yet. I don't like. I have local multiplayer working, and it works well. And there's a video of that up on the YouTube. But for online multiplayer, that's obviously quite a big step ahead. So I'm like leaving that for a bit before I work on that. So right now, online is just you can share levels, you can play levels that your friends made. That's about, and like it updates itself. Can we download DLC? Well, I mean the updates are kind of DLC because all the updates are like bug fixes plus content. So
Well, it is content that you download.
it is. It is downloadable content. Wow, nice, very good. I can market that. I can run with that. So
Day
yeah,
one
I'm
DLC.
exactly on disc. Disgusting. So yeah, like also some navies that one might consider more obscure. Um, although, I mean,
Is that wait? Is that Punk?
no. Well, okay. So the thing is that like it's not, but I also made punk. So so you don't have to be sad. Don't worry. Um,
Oh, I just saw the spikes in the silhouette. I'm sorry.
yeah. No, it's all good. But this is
When are
Needle
you
Man.
selling the chip gate though?
When are you selling your chip gate? Man, imagine if someone made a hobby project where they hooked up a chip gate through USB. That'd be like dreamlike. That'd be godlike. But I'm not the one doing that. But yeah, this guy's from Network Transmission.
Oh
Another one
yeah,
of
yeah,
those,
yeah.
another one of those lovely faces he's got. So yeah, he a dapper guy here. So yeah, I'm putting in the more forgotten guys as well. Um, I mean, and I'll also make some navies playable that were never playable before. Like, I mean, I didn't do zero EXE yet, but like if I did zero EXE, he'd be playable because he's zero. So
Okay. Uh, I had one. Wait, what was my? I had one more question. I forgot what it was.
um,
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure if people who haven't already heard about it, how does Capcom feel
well,
about this?
I think Capcom probably knows, but they probably don't care. I mean, Bad Network's not a thing they're touching anymore, is it? Like they're just selling merchandise. So I mean, like I'm free advertising. There you go. But yeah, I mean, a cease and desist, you can't. I mean, when you work on these kind of things, you work on them knowing that Capcom can shut you down whenever they want, and that's a shame. But that's just kind of how it is. personally not a fan of how copyright law works right now. But hey,
Definitely would be a shame considering this is more love than the actual series has been getting for a while.
yeah, yeah, but
Well, this
it's
and the entire, I mean, all of this fan game communities.
exactly like the community is just really strong, and I do think that Battle Network is a special kind of series because like how many other series like keep together like this? Like, look at us, we're all here sitting up watching Caprica stream about some guy making 3D models in a game based around this series. Like, I don't know, I just think love for Battle Network is still really strong, and that's also part of the reason why I'm doing this. I just think that the Battle Network community is great. Um, we're kind of running against our time limit, I think. We have about a minute left. So if anyone has any last questions, shoot. Give it. Otherwise, I think we'll be wrapping up here.
How do you know they haven't? Oh, this for zero commissions. My bad. I thought he was talking about the season.
Oh, yeah, no, zero is not a thing that's happened yet in any form, shape, or way. So maybe in the future. I'd also like to, a personal dream would be to add every single Mega Man, including Over 1, by the way. Like, no lie, I love Over 1's design, right?
Over 1? Oh, that's from the mobile one, right?
Yeah, the game
Oh
was
my god,
not
the music
good.
in that game is incredible.
I know it's Masahiro Aoki. He also
Yeah,
did
Aoki's
the Nebula Gray mix and the Net Battle mix in the
and then We
Mega
Are
Man.
Rockman, yeah.
Yeah. Um, what's included in the Mega Man Battle 3D Special Edition? Well, you get this nice big figure. You get a commemorative DVD, which is a
And a
making
golden
of.
chip gate.
Yes, and the making of DVD is just me being filmed from behind working down a computer for 45 hours. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. It's only 499 USD, and you'll be able to play Ridge Racer on it.
Oh
Ridge
damn.
Racer.
How do you
Uh,
decide what weapon models to put in first?
well, I just basically like it's half and half. Like, what can I do the fastest, and the other half is like, what like when I make a virus, I basically have to make the chip for it as well. So, those are at minimum
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, like those are at minimum the weapons I make, and then obviously the ones I like and the ones people have asked me to do. I mean, like if like 10 people ask me to do a certain chip, I'll probably do it. Maybe not right away, but I'll probably do it. All right. So, yeah, I think we should call it here. Yeah. So, I just want to thank you guys all for watching. I want to thank Anomaly here for coming on the stream with me and being a cool guy. And yeah, that was about it. So I hope I see you guys later. Maybe you guys will check out the game when the next demo is out. Maybe you'll check out the dev blog. Thanks for watching.